Hello sweethearts, welcome back and I hope you all are feeling good today. So in today's reaction video, a men-only gym was built to prevent men infidelity urges. And I can remember earlier last year, an African woman introduced a woman-only gym to prevent female sexual harassment and keep women safe from dangerous men. And I also remember that men complained till that place got shut down. Back to today's gist. So the owner of the gym reasons that men engage in infidelity because women do wear lustful clothes to the gym, and he has fallen temptation multiple times. So the solution is to create an isolated place for men only to gym. This brings me to the question, if a man can't stay faithful for 3 hours at the gym, what is he going to do when he gets out in the streets, when he goes to the supermarket, when he goes to the office, these other places where women exist? What is he going to do when he goes to those places? Is building an isolated gym truly the answer to infidelity? Are women really the problem to lustful men?
Dudes will say that women can't take accountability and then do shit like this.
Christian influencer opens a lust-free men-only gym after having an affair at a regular gym, saying having only dudes around will help protect them from infidelity.
So what, you're compelled to cheat on your wife by the big infidelity monster? It made you cheat. You can't work out for 2 hours a day without cheating on your wife. Okay.
Now this has got people talking. Some are praising the men-only gym initiative, while others are not having it at all. So I'll just let you watch and drop your opinions in the comment section. All opinions are welcome. Just please do it respectfully. I'll be back at the end of this video to drop my opinion.
The difference between the women's only gym and the men's only gym is that the women's only gym exists to give women a safe space to work out. It exists to give them a space where they don't have to worry about men looking at them or them feeling uncomfortable because of creeps, or for women who are just intimidated by men's presence in general. Typically when you go to the gym, the men dominate the weight section, which can be intimidating if you are a newcomer in the gym. And the men's only gym exists because y'all cannot control yourself, so you have to isolate yourself because you are that lustful. I have yet to see any man explain their rationale for wanting to go to a men's only gym that does not have to do with the fact that they are being constantly tempted by the presence of women in the gym. If your reasoning was, oh, I just want to be surrounded by men because it motivates me and they uplift me, that would make more sense. That would not be causing all of this backlash. But for you to have that lack of self-control, that lack of discipline, that inability to control your lust, and a lot of the men that are speaking out are married. They're married. So what do y'all do when you see an attractive woman? Like, you can't create a space for your life where the women just don't exist. If being in the presence of attractive or scantily clad women is that big of a problem for you, I don't know, maybe that's a signal that you need to work on something other than your body. Maybe you should be working on your mind and your ability to control it, or your ability to see women other than sexual objects. Yes, women wear scantily clad clothing in the gym. So do y'all. We don't even need to get into that conversation, because the more seriously you take fitness, the more likely you are to want to be able to actually see your body and the muscles that you are working. Notice bodybuilders are basically naked on stage, men and women. And if we go back to the inception of the gym, it was actually a place where people would go and train naked in honor of their body. So we're not even gonna get into that argument. So I'm always gonna support people doing whatever they feel is most beneficial to their growth and their development. But if you have to isolate yourself from women to that extent, solely because it is taking you longer, what are you really sitting in the gym staring women that long in between your sets? Personally, I can look at an attractive man while I rest and get right back to my workout. Looking at men in the gym is not gonna make my workout significantly longer. So if women being in the gym is making your workout that much longer, that ineffective, and causing you that many problems, you're the problem. And you know what? Yeah, go be at the male gym, because we don't want you around us anyway. So yeah, y'all go be at the gym. And I'm gonna pray for your wives and girlfriends, because Lord help them.
So that thing about the men-only gyms came across my feed, and I knew that I had to read the whole article because I had a feeling that this would be the most closeted MAGA man thing ever, and the article did not disappoint. This was the article: Men-only gyms seek to protect Christian men from lust. And these men who open these gyms in this article are presenting it under the guise of that they cannot work out in a regular gym because there's too many naked women there and it's making them so lustful. One man couldn't keep his eyes off the women so much that he had to quit 4 gyms. And another guy couldn't stop cheating on his wife because, you know, the gym, there's ladies there and they can't control themselves, just as any good Christian man. But then in reading their quotes, it sounded more like they didn't really lust after the women as much as they said. Maybe that wasn't the reason they opened these. I'm gonna read the quotes and let you be the judge. One of the men who opened one of those men-only gyms is Mitch Parsons. And Mitch was sick of being in gyms where nakedness was shoved in his face. And he dreams of, quote, a place where Christian men gather, sharpen each other, and are formed under the fear of the Lord. His vision is for men to sharpen each other in brotherhood, and he suggests that real sharpening requires daily proximity to other faithful men who refuse to let you drift. And Jeff Hambridge here, who opened another one of those gyms, says that his gym is a place, quote, where men step back into brotherhood, where friction is welcomed, accountability is normal, and growth is expected. He sees himself as helping men grow hard as iron by creating friction. Men are not being led out there, he says. God's called me to be a leader. I'm gonna lead some men to God. I bet you are, Jeff. So in conclusion, I don't think they were lusting after the women. No, I think they were lusting for something else. Keep in mind, these are the men who go to those conservative conventions like CPAC and shut down Grindr. So, okay, enjoy your men-only gym.
So apparently there's a group of Christian men who are creating an all-men gym to stay away from women so they don't fall into temptation. So they don't have to worry about lusting after these women.
No, that's not gonna work. Absolutely the fuck not. An all men's gym. First of all, women are the motivation to the reasons why men do majority of the shit that they do. Provide, protect, hunt. They all do it for women. You build certain landmarks and shit for women, to protect women. Women motivate men to be in shape a lot of the times. I'm not going into no damn me house. An all men's gym? Ain't shit motivating about an all men's gym, bro. Nothing on this planet is motivating about an all men's gym. Don't do it. That shit ain't gonna work. Men are motivated by women, bro. I'm telling you right now, that shit not gonna work. They going in there to keep from lusting after women. You got some other shit you gotta worry about, dog. You can't tell me that you just go to a gym and you see women, even with what they have on, and just automatically start lusting. Bro, you got other shit that you gotta figure out, bro. If you that lustful when it comes to women, I don't know, bro. You a little weird if you that lustful when it comes to women. You weird. You can look at the women and be motivated, but lusting? That hard?
Christian fitness influencer is going viral for his unconventional strategy to stop infidelity. Jeff claims the gym is the #1 place where affairs happen, a fact he learned after having an affair in his first marriage. So to protect men from their own urges, he launched a lust-free facility where guys can train without temptation. His solution wasn't a dress code, but rather banning women entirely and creating a sanctuary for men.
Or if they just cheat with dudes instead? You know, like you're a muscular man at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, most men at the gym are, appealing to the male gaze. I heard a woman say that women like Loki and men like Thor. So I don't know if this is, a great idea. But the second thing I'm going to say is, if you need a separate gym to not cheat, you're going to cheat like next week. Like, you can't even be around a woman for like an hour. I just don't understand why you're even married. If you can't even resist the temptation to cheat on your wife when a woman walks past you in the gym for 2.5 seconds, why did you even get married in the first place? Like, why not just have like an open marriage or something? I feel like the reason a lot of people get married is because it's like on a checklist. Like, you're supposed to get married, have 2 kids, have, a house with like a white picket fence. I don't know. It's just like a series of things you're supposed to do. It's not something that you actually want and care about. And it just makes me kind of sad for your partner because let's just say, you guys get divorced and, 15 years after she finds out you cheated on her with 30 people, you just wasted, 15 years of their time. They could have spent all that time with someone who actually wanted to be married. And then you guys probably have, you know, kids together. You can't really ever be, you can get divorced, but you still got to see each other, you know. If your kid has a wedding or has a graduation, you know, you're going to see them. They're like basically connected for life. Versus you could have just, you know, been a single bachelor and just did whatever you wanted. But instead, you got to, you know, avoid temptation by inventing a segregated gym. I don't know. But good luck with that, buddy.
It says men only gym seeks to protect Christian men from lust. They're about to have an orgy in there. That is the most hilarious thing. And I always tell people, if you stuff a whole bunch of men in a room, remove women out of the equation, they are gonna fuck. This is so hilarious. They're gonna be on their knees praying. No, but like, this is the most hilarious thing. This is so hilarious. This is hilarious.
I also heard that the gym is going to include inspirational photos of shirtless men everywhere. Like men who do not wear their clothes. You know, most times when men go to the gym, they do not wear anything. They just go bare because they said they want to sweat it out. Oh, okay. Not only that, the gym is also going to include unlimited lubes. Interesting. So here's my take. Anyone that is incapable of controlling their sexual and emotional desire when around women should seek therapy. All you need is therapy. Putting up blinders and pretending they don't exist is never going to be the solution. Really, it is safe to say that men like this never take accountability for their actions, but they go on to blame everybody else. Instead of them actually getting to the root of why they cheated, maybe it is a trauma from childhood or something that is making them lustful, they would rather decide to change everything else because they can't control themselves. Men actually reveal more than women do. You can't find a woman go shirtless, but you see men do that at the gym. Have they ever wondered what that does to women too? Do women complain? Do women harass them? No. But God forbid a woman wearing what makes her comfortable at the gym. She suddenly becomes the problem and the only reason why a lustful man cheats. It's really scary that men would rather build a whole new gym and stay in the same place with other men who have lust issues and dress shirtless than go to therapy and do the inner work to stop their hearts from lusting. Well, I hope they don't get to violate Leviticus in there and end up blaming the devil next. Now they are blaming women. It might be the devil they will blame when they violate Leviticus. They need to go and fix their self-control instead. So I feel that men do not cheat because there's an opportunity. They cheat because they are cheaters. My little advice to lustful men: you can't quit going to the gym entirely because you don't want to fall into temptation. But if you think that you have the tendency of feeling lustful, go to therapy, seek help. You can also talk to a mature person that will keep you in check. Although you can't cut out your eyes, like you can't literally pull out your eyes that is trying to make you sin, but you can regaze your focus. You can choose to redirect your thoughts into something worthwhile. Okay, so lustful men, woman is not your problem. You need to fix your self-control. Okay, so guys, this is my opinion. Kindly drop your own thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this men only gym initiative? Please drop your thoughts in the comment section. And if this is your first time watching me, thank you for watching. And if you're new, please hit the subscribe button, share, like this video, and do all of the cute beautiful stuff. I'll see you again in my next one.